You got challenges that you're going to run across.
Either Ghana or Nigeria.
I've been to Nigeria. I said Monaco.
Oh, okay,
Riviera.
Yeah.
Man, the French Riviera is so beautiful. We want a trip there with a company for a week. I wasn't going to go, but something just said, go ahead and go. And when I got there, man, just to travel the clean streets of Monaco and the seeing the French Riviera, and it's just amazing, man. You know, that whole place. And they had a battleship there, that was, so we thought we was going to go do a tour down there. Because at the time, you know, I said, let's go down to my wife, let's go down there and take a tour. And the lady said, you can't go. She said, that's a live, active battleship. I said, what? Because they had the guns in the air. She said, it's so many millionaires and billionaires that are here that it's certain planes that can't fly over. They'll shoot them down just because of the billionaires that were there and living there and, you know, going to the casinos and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Monte Carlo, which is Monaco and the French Riviera, is the most beautiful. Where have you been that probably was the most beautiful place for you?
Probably if it wasn't Antarctica, I would say the Maldives. Like some of the scenery, man, when you come out early morning with the sun and you look at the backdrop off of the water, but it don't even look real sometimes.
Wow.
You know, it's so beautiful, man, and it don't even look real, you know. And so with Antarctica was the same way. You look at some of them glaciers from a distance and it looked like a picture, bro. Like, and so, man, it was just both of those. But I think that probably was the two prettiest places that was just unreal. And I think the one place that really was surprising, I tell you, when you go to Egypt and you see the pyramids up close and personal, you can't even imagine, bro, how big those things are.
Really?
You know, and that's amazing. But all of it, what happens is whenever I travel, I come back, bro, so inspired, because I always say we underutilize our brain. Because when I look at the pyramids, and each brick weighs at least 2,000 pounds, and they built it up 400 feet tall. So for people to build something that big with those bricks in that day and time is amazing, bro. Like we don't be thinking. And even with the Great Wall, like the Great Wall is mesmerizing. To build something that's 5,500 miles long, bro, on the side of a mountain, and it's still standing, bro. That's just amazing. So when I come back and I look at what I'm doing, bro, I'm like, bro, I'm underachieving.
They say that between 20 and 30 as a young person, you really need to travel as much as you can because you're not even obligated. You're not married, probably. You don't have, so see the world, because that's like having money. You know what I'm saying? When you see that world, you'll realize that a lot of things you concern yourself with is not really that big. I mean, like
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes. It changed your perspective. I was just telling somebody that with my daughter, man, I really wish my daughter would travel more. And I was saying that because, again, she works, she talk about her job, but now she don't like her job as much as she did. And I'm like, she don't have to work. Like, bro, I would pay everything for her to travel.
Wow.
Like if she say I want to take 2 years off and travel the world, I'll be with it all.
She want to?
Now she say she want to go places, you know, but then when I say, I want to, but you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like when she was younger, she traveled a little more, but I don't know what it is now. But man, I would give anything for her to travel. Like, because you know, she's 23, no home, no children, you know, nothing. This is like you said, this is the time to go where you don't have obligations. And
right. What do you feel that your opinion that you think if everybody had enough money to travel that they needed to see? What place do you think everybody needs to go? If they don't go but one place outside of the country?
I think real Africa. Like I have a trip planned to Kenya and Tanzania coming up, but I still haven't been to Ghana. I still haven't been to Nigeria. And I say that because I think what it does is it helps people realize how the media and other people basically try to keep us from knowing the truth.
Oh man, it's so amazing.
I think what you do is when you take that, and that might just be one thing, but what it does is it open your mind to say, all right, well, you know what? They always made me believe Africa was like this. So what about this? What about that? So now I'm not going to easily just accept what you say.
Right.
Now I'm more curious to go see, because I thought you deceived me about Africa. So I think that in itself, man, would be great.
Wow. Another travel question. Where did you go that you might have had the most pushback? Like, not from people, but when you got there, that you didn't like getting around there because you didn't feel you felt uncomfortable.
I'm about to say, first of all, Canada, they wouldn't let me back. They wouldn't let me in the country.
Wow.
After, with my case. But I found out that wasn't uncommon. If you had a background, for Canada to deny you entry.
Bruh, hold on. I went to Canada. I was in New York. I was in Jersey, and I took a flight from Jersey over to Canada. I can't think it was a small area of Canada, because we had a business partner there, and I went because it was only an hour and a half hour flight from New York really to Canada. I don't know what, I can't remember where it was, but it was a small part. Do you know they held me up in customs for over 3.5 hours? Not only did they go, I had one bag. They went through the whole bag 3 or 4 times. They went through the computer checking me out 3 or 4 times. They asked all kind of questions, man. Held me there. I mean, they went through all the bags, and I don't think, at first I thought the guy was playing with me, joking or something. Then I realized how serious he was. And then he went through, you asked you questions that, have you ever had any violations, or all the stuff that, and I said, no, I had, and then he pulled up the computer and he said, why did you lie to me? Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.